Hi, Prabhu here. Today we will see about how to model a complex shape in Maya 2017 Part 9. Stay tuned. Before that, if you won't subscribe to this YouTube channel, click on this red color subscribe button to subscribe this YouTube channel. We post weekly free videos about Maya 2017, Arnold, modeling, texturing and lighting. So if you won't subscribe, click this red color subscribe button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, in this part we want to model this CPU plug. So it doesn't matter how you start this model, but you need to end up with single mesh. So the real complex area is here and also here. Okay, go to Maya, go to create panel, polygon primitives, disable the interactive creation. That means when we click on polycube, it will automatically created in center of grid. Press R and scale big. And also in Z. So you need to refer our reference image. So I will scale little very tiny bit in Y and also in X. So I didn't want any front and back face of X direction, and press delete in keyboard. Right click and choose object mode. Go to top view. Press W. I want to duplicate this object. Press Ctrl D to duplicate. Press 4 in keyboard. That means you able to see our wireframe mode. You need to move in X. You need to align this object exactly to this edge. So I will zoom in a little bit. You need to align this object exactly in to this edge. And go to perspective and press 5 in keyboard. Now select this object, right click and choose edge mode. Double click on this edge, shift right click and choose extrude edge and press W. I want to move in X and press R and scale down. Shift right click and choose extrude edge and press W. I want to move in X. Double click on this corner edge, shift right click and choose bevel edge and increase the fraction amount and give segments to 3. Double click on this edge, shift right click and choose extrude edge. You need to extrude in Z, extrude again, extrude in Z, shift right click and choose extrude again, extrude in Z. So now double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge, shift double click to select all the edge corners. Shift right click and choose bevel edge and give fraction amount to 0.3 and give segments to 2. Now select this object, press R and scale in scale in Z, because we have some gap to this object. So you need to scale in Z. Now shift right click and choose insert edge loop option box. I will reset my tool. Choose the multiple edge loop option and give number of edge loop to 1. So close the settings. I need to add edge loop over here and also here. Press W, select this edge and shift select this edge. I want to move in Y. Select this edge and shift select this edge and press R and scale like this. Scale in Z. So as we seen in this reference image, you need to scale. So like this. Now select all the edge corners. You need to select all the edge corners over here. Don't select the front and back edge. Shift right click and choose bevel edge and give fraction to 0.2 and give segments to 2. Right click and choose object mode. Now you need to check the shape is okay or not. Compare the reference image. So see here, the object distance is very less. So I will select this entire vertex over here and press W. I want to move like this. So this object distance is little bit longer. So right click and choose vertex. I will select this vertex. I want to move in X like this. So right click and choose object move. Now we got the basic shape of CPU plug. Okay, now select this object. You need to see this edge corner is little bit away from this edge corner because we need to add one more edge loop over here. So go to shading and choose wireframe on shader. So that means you're able to see our wireframe without any selection. So if you have this edge corner is close to here, you need to adjust this entire object and scale little bit in Z. You need to keep this edge corner little bit away from this edge. So it's really important. Now I need to connect this object to this object. Shift right click and choose insert edge loop option box. You need to reset the tool. I will close the settings. You need to add insert edge loop exactly over here. So before that I will undo this one. You need to add exact center edge because we need to do model on this side. We want to mirror on opposite side. So shift right click and choose insert edge loop option box and choose multiple edge loop and give number of edge loop to 1. So I will close the tool setting. You need to add insert edge loop over here and also here, here and also here. So that means you got exact center edge. Now shift right click and choose insert edge loop option box. I will reset my tool and close the settings. So select this object. You need to add exact edge loop over here to connect this object. Do same thing on bottom side. You need to add exact edge loop to this edge. So now select this object in object mode. Shift select this object. Shift right click and choose combine. Now we need to merge this vertex. So select this both vertex. Shift right click and choose merge vertex and choose merge vertex to center. Do same thing over here. So select this vertex and choose merge vertex to center. Also in bottom side. So select this both vertex and choose merge vertex to center. Now double click on this edge. So that means it will select this hole. Shift right click and choose fill hole. So like this. Now so this part is little bit confusing, so watch it carefully. So now we need to add 3 more edge loop to connect this edge. Shift right click and choose insert edge loop. You need to add 1 edge loop over here, here and also here. Now shift right click and choose multi-cut tool. You need to connect this both object and right click. Select this both vertex and right click. Connect this both object and right click. Now click on here and click on here and right click. Click on here and click on here, right click. So do same thing on bottom side. Click on here, right click. Click on here, right click. So now you need to add an manual cut for maintaining this sharp edge. So as we seen in this reference image, so add cut over here, 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 so like this. So end up with here and right click. So do same thing on opposite side, cut here, 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 and end up with here and right click. So now watch carefully. So click on this vertex and you need to end up with this corner and right click. So now you got trace over here. So I will click on here and click on here and right click. Now press W and right click and choose vertex move. Select this vertex. I want to move in Z and move in Y. So now you got quad over here, but here we have triangle. So in this space we have 1, 2 and 3 edge. So to clear up, shift right click and choose multi-cut tool. Click on here and click on here and right click and press W and right click and choose vertex. So select this both vertex. I want to move a little bit in Y and also in Z. So select this one. I will move a little bit further. So now we got all quad. So check out here. So we have 4H, also 4H and also 4H. So our trace and endgons will be gone. Do same thing on bottom. If you have confused, rewind this video and see it again. So do same thing on bottom side. Shift right click and choose multi-cut tool. Click on here. You need to end up with this corner and right click. So click on here and click on here and right click. Press W and right click and choose vertex. So select this vertex. I want to move in Z and also in Y. Now we have some triangles. So to clean up, use multi-cut tool to click on here and click on here, right click and press W, right click and choose vertex. So select this vertex. I want to move in Y and also in Z. Now we have quad over here. So check it out. So select. So in this space we have quad. So here also we have quad. So that means our object is nice and clean. Now you need to add one more edge loop. Also here. So I will double click on this edge. I will move a little bit further in X. Now right click and choose object move. Now press 3 in keyboard. So I will hide this wireframe on shader. Go to shading and choose wireframe on shader. Now you got exact shape. So when you press 3, so see here we have some stretch. So you need to add one more edge loop close to this edge. So as we insert on top, so when you press 3 and you click on outside, now you got exact shape as we seen in this reference image. Okay, don't care about this side because we complete our entire model. We need to mirror on opposite side. So now we need to model this front part. It's really simple. So using polyplane, go to polygons and click on polyplane and press W. I want to move in X. I want to rotate this object in Z -90 and go to polyplane 1 inputs and give subdivision width and height to 1. Now go to right side view and press 4 in keyboard. That means you able to see our cut over here, and press R and scale like this. Scale in X and also in Z. So you need to refer our reference image how big the hole is. So like this, and press W. I want to move in Y. So now right click and choose face mode, select the face, and shift right click and choose extrude face, and press R and scale in mid, and press delete in keyboard. Go to perspective view and press 5 in keyboard. Now right click on this object and click on isolate select. Here we have facing some problems. So see here, backside we have extra face. So right click and choose, select this mid face and press delete in keyboard. Now you got only this side face. Now right click and choose object mode. Click on isolate select again. Go to right side view. Now double click on this, click on all this corner edge. Shift right click and choose bevel edge. You need to give very tiny bit. In this case I will give 0.05 and give segments to 2. Now double click on this corner edge, shift right click and choose bevel edge, shift right click and choose extrude edge, and press R and scale in Z and scale in X. Now select this 3 vertex, shift right click and choose merge vertex to center. Here we facing triangles, so I will select this edge, press Ctrl backspace in keyboard, so that means our triangle will be gone. Now you got 1, 2, 3 and 4 edge. So do same thing for all other edges. So select this 3 vertex and choose merge vertex to center. So select this center edge, press Ctrl backspace in keyboard. So select this 3 edge and choose merge vertex to center. Select the center edge, use Ctrl backspace. Select this edge and use Ctrl backspace. Now shift right click and choose insert edge loop option box. I will reset my tool. Here you need to choose multiple edge loop option and give number of edge loop to 1. I will close my tool settings. You need to add over here, here, here and also here. Now right click and choose object mode. You need to take on multiple duplicates on this and this side. Press Ctrl D to duplicate. I want to move in Y and also in Z. Now I want to change my pivot exactly in center. So I want to move a little bit in Y. So select this object, hold the D key and X key in keyboard. So to change our pivot exactly in center, hold D and X and use middle mouse button and click and drag. So that means the object pivot will be changed to our grid points. You need to change exactly in center. Press Ctrl D. Before that I want to freeze my transformation. So after you change your pivot, select this object, go to modify and choose freeze transformation. So that means our transformation values will be 0. Now select this object and press Ctrl D to duplicate and give scale Z to -1. So that means you got an opposite side. So select this 3 object, shift right click and choose combine. So now click on this isolate select. So that means you only see this object. Now select the edge and shift select the edge. Do same thing on opposite side. Shift right click and choose bridge and give division to 1. Now shift right click and choose insert edge loop option box. I want to reset my tool. Here you need to add one edge loop to connect this edge. So select this edge, shift select this edge, shift right click and choose bridge. Don't care about this side. After we complete our model, we need to mirror on opposite side. Here you need to add two more edge loops. So insert edge loop here and also here. Press W. So select this edge over here. Shift right click and choose extrude edge and press W. I want to move in Y. So you need to add one more edge loop in center. Also here you need to add one more edge loop to connect this edge. Add one more edge loop. Now right click and choose this vertex and shift right click and choose merge vertex and choose target weld tool. Click and drag to weld this vertex. So click and drag, click and drag and click and drag. So now right click and choose object mode. Now select this edge and shift double click on this edge. Shift right click and choose extrude edge and press W. I want to move in Y. So do same thing on opposite side. Select this edge and shift double click on this edge. Shift right click and choose extrude edge and press W and move in Y. Do same thing over here. Select this edge and shift double click on this edge. Shift right click and choose extrude edge. I need to move in Z. Now right click and choose object mode and click on this isolate select. Now we have some problem over here. So go to shading and choose wireframe on shader. Now you able to see our wireframe mode. Go to perspective. Now select this object and press 1 in keyboard. Go to right side view. Right click and choose vertex. So for this object I need to adjust this vertex a little bit on the side. So like this. Now right click and choose object mode. Go to top view and press 4 in keyboard. You need to move this object exactly to this edge corner. So I will move in X. So to align exactly to that edge. Now go to perspective and press 5 in keyboard. Now you need to combine this object. So select this object and shift select this object. Shift right click and choose combine. Like this. Okay. So now we need to add an edge loop over here. So now we use append polygon tool. So in object mode, shift right click and choose append polygon tool. Click on here and press enter. Press G to repeat the last tool. Click on here and press enter. Press G to repeat the last tool. Click on here and press enter. So do same thing on this corners. So right click and choose insert edge loop. You need to add one more edge loop like this. Now in object mode, shift right click and choose append polygon tool. Click on here and press enter. Press G. Click on here, click on here and press enter. Press G, click on here and press enter. So first of all you need to connect all the corners to fill up the gap. So here you need to add one more edge loop and right click and choose object mode, shift right click and choose open polygon tool, click on here and press enter. Now double click on this edge, shift right click and choose fill hole, double click on this edge, shift right click and choose fill hole. So double click on this edge, shift right click and choose fill hole. Now we need to add edge loops. Insert edge loop over here, here, here and here. Now right click and choose object mode, shift right click and choose multi-cut tool, click on here and right click, click on here, right click, click on here and right click. So do same thing on this side. So here we need one edge loops. So click on here and right click, click on here, right click, click on here and right click. Here we need to add one more edge loops. Now right click and choose object mode and choose multi-cut tool, click on here, right click. So do same thing over here, add insert edge loop, choose multi-cut tool, click on here, right click. So do same thing over here, add insert edge loop 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now use multi-cut tool to connect this one. Okay, so if you want to maintain even edges, so double click on this edge. So I will control deselect this edge. So I want to move a little bit over here to maintain some even distance. So also this edge. So if you want to maintain even distance, so I will move this one over here. Right click and choose vertex mode. I want to adjust like this. To maintain even edge. So like this. Okay, now we finished our model. So you need to add insert edge loop for this corner. Now press W and right click and press 3 in keyboard. Now you got perfect shape. So I'll press 1. So here we need to use multi-cut tool and right click and choose object mode. So now we need to mirror on opposite side. Go to top view, right click and choose face. So select this face over here and press delete in keyboard. Go to perspective. Now right click and choose object mode. Go to mesh and choose mirror. In this case I want to mirror in Z. So you need to mirror in Z. So here we have some problems. So you need to reduce this merge threshold. So like this. Now right click and choose object mode. Now it's perfect. Finally we need to double click on the edge, shift double click on the edge and shift double click on the edge, shift right click and choose extrude edge and press W. I want to move in X. So double click on this corner edge, shift right click and choose bevel edge and give fraction to very tiny bit. In this case I will give 0.2 and give segments to 2. Right click and choose object mode. Here you need to add and double click on this edge and shift double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge and choose bevel edge and give segments to 2. Right click and choose object mode. Hooking. Now right click and choose object mode. When you press 3 in keyboard, so it will be perfect. So I will click on outside. Now you able to see I will hide my grid. So now you able to see we perfectly model this CPU plug. So as we shown in this reference image. So if you want to smooth this area, so I want to delete this corner edge. So that means you got a smooth shape over here. And also I need to reduce this size of backside. So select this object, right click and choose vertex mode. So I will select this vertex and press B key in keyboard and use middlemost button and click and drag to increase grow our selection. So B means soft selection. So use middlemost button and hold B key and middlemost button and click and drag to grow our selection and scale little bit in mid. So right click and choose object mode. So now you got this perfect shape. So if you want to scale this edge, so double click and press B in keyboard to disable our soft selection. So I will scale this edge like this. Right click and choose object mode. I want to adjust little bit in front side, so right click and choose vertex. So I will select this vertex and press W. I want to move a little bit like this. Right click and choose object mode. So now our model is nice and clean with perfect topology. So this is the way to model the CPU plug. I hope you like it. I see you on next project. Click subscribe button to subscribe our YouTube channel. We always need your support to create high quality content further. So please subscribe. Click here to also watch the tutorial of how to model a complex shape in Maya 2017 part 8.